So hello everybody, and I wanted to make a very short video of what I recently bought to a company called Airbuds.de. It's the EasyRaceLapTimer, which is the thing which is in this box that I will open very quickly. So you can see the logo of this company. It's Airbuds.de. I will put the link in the comments of the video. So I'm based in France, and this company is based in Germany, and it took me about 2 days, so it was very quick to be delivered. Moreover, just for a quick note, I received inside the box some sweeties from a very well-known German sweet factory. I'm sure that everybody will guess it. It's very famous. They are very famous for their red strawberries. And also received some very nice gift, which will be probably more useful than the sweeties. It was a pair of 6-inch propellers that was for free, and it's always very nice, to get some free gifts when you're buying something. So this is the stuff. I will open up the box. So, and this is what they call the EasyRaceLapTimer Pocket Edition. So I choose it with the, there is some silicone here, which is very helpful. Then you can put your lap timer on the grass, and you don't have any risk of humidity. So as you can see, you have to plug it in here with a USB there. It's a micro USB port. So it's something important is that there is no battery inside of this Pocket Edition. So you must power it with an external 5V USB source. So you can power it from a laptop or an external USB charger, as far as it provides the correct 5 DC voltage and the sufficient current. The spec mentioned that it needs 5 volt, 1 ampere, and the Pocket Edition will consume something about 280 milliampere. So what I did is that I use an old 3S LiPo that I've wired with an XT60 to an old PDB. So I will show you, I will put this apart and I will show you what I've done in order to power this system. So you use an XT60 plug, an old PDB that provides 5 volt. This one is able to provide 1.5 ampere, so it will be sufficient to plug and to power the EasyRaceLapTimer Pocket Edition. It's written in a spec that this consumes something like 280 milliampere. So with the 3S 1300 milliampere, you will have sufficient time for your session, something like around 4 or 5 hours. I also use an old USB cable that I solder and wire to the PDB, and this will be sufficient to power the Pocket Edition. So this is my old 3S LiPo, so I will plug it in that way, and I will also plug the USB port inside there. Then it's okay. So now it works, and as you can see, there is no LED outside. It's a bit of pity, let's say, but if you look inside, yeah, you can see some red here. Red LED, so it means that it is power. So, but I don't know why there is no, some LED here in the front display. It will be probably more helpful to know if the Pocket Edition is powered or not. But anyway, now it's powered. So how does it work? In fact, the Pocket Racer detects the power of your signal transmitted from your video transmitter of your quad. So it's called the RSSI, this acronym for Received Signal Strength Indication. So when the power or the strength of the video signal is detected at the maximum by this, which is also in fact a video receiver, then it means that your quad is passing just over the sensor, and each time the strength of the signal is at the maximum, it triggers the chronometer. So the next steps you have to do now is to install the application on your mobile phone. So in the manual of the Pocket Edition, you will have all the links and so on, the website where you have to download the app, so it's very helpful. So this is the app that I've already downloaded previously. So I will launch the app, and as you can see here, you have the the number of your device that is already detected, so you just have to tap on it.
Successfully connected.
And then, the voice says that your phone is successfully connected by Bluetooth to the Pocket Edition. So now, how does the app is working? As soon as you are Bluetooth connected, which is the case now, the first thing you have to do is to let the Pocket Racer know on which video frequency your quad is. So there are two ways to do that. You can directly settle the frequency in the app, or if you don't know on which frequency you are, you can use the scanning menu and it will give you on which frequency you are. So here, this is the logo to scan the frequency. Okay, so you can tap on start scanning, but as I don't have any quad plugged in, then it will not work. So I will go to take my quad, power it, and we'll do a scan of the frequencies. So this is my mini quad, let's power it. So if we go back to the application and I do start scanning, then you will see all the frequencies that are here. For example, 5845, it's 100.
Lab 1.
On 250.
10.14 seconds.
Thank you. So you just have to scroll all over the frequency and see which one has the best or the highest value, and I think this is this one. My frequency on my quad is 5645 megahertz. When you don't know your frequency, you can use this. It will detect you on which frequency you are. Obviously, you just have to power just one quad. If you are several quads, then the system will not. It will be difficult for the system to identify the highest frequency, or at least you have to put your quad just very close to the Pocket Edition. So now, as I know what is my frequency, you go to this parameter, which is there, and there you can trigger or set or tune, let's say, the tolerances of this sensor if you want low, medium, high, and this is where you can select your frequency. So I was on the 5645, so I will have to scroll and find where it is. This is the one. I tap on it, done,
channel saved,
and then it's saved. And now the rest, you can also, just one second, you can also here modify the trigger strength. So if you want to increase or reduce the trigger strength, you can change this value here just by tapping on it, and you will have the keyboard that will appear and you can change the value. And let's go now to the race, which is this icon. Tap on it. So I've already been detected for the first lap. So let's do the exercise. I will power off the quad and power in just to simulate it that my quad is passing over the sensor, and you will see that the number of the time between two laps will be displayed. So let's see. Now I will simulating my quad passing over the sensor which is there, and I will go away from some meters, and then you will see that it will be detected.
Lap 1. 7.23 seconds.
And it will work. I will go far away and will come back, and you will see that it will be also again detected.
Lap 2. 3.98 seconds.
Basically, this is how it works. So I will insert a video that I've done in my house with a tiny whoop quad, very small, but it's quite funny to measure your time into your house. I've already tested it outside in an open field or in my garden, and it works very well. Even if you go at full speed, your quad is always detected. What I've done also is quite interesting. I'm using also a Bluetooth headset connected to my phone, so I can also hear the time at each laps when I'm driving the quad. So it's very motivating to hear in in your ears the time that you are doing. One important note, as I say, that it's obviously this system cannot do multiple quad counting. It just works with one frequency, and consequently it will work just with one quad. But what you can do is, if you want to see what your friend will do in terms of timing, that you just have to set up the EasyRaceLapTimer Pocket Edition to another frequency, to the frequency of your quad's friend, and then you can compare your time and compete each other. So that's finished for the video. I will just insert the video of my Tiny and how it works inside my house. Thank you very much for watching.
Successfully connected. Lap 1, 30.92 seconds. Lap 2, 11.86 seconds. Lap 3, 8.65 seconds. Lap 4, 24.61 seconds. Lap 5, 9.72 seconds.